Hey everybody, this is G from that'syourgarbage.com, and I'm here with Lorenzo, and this is a bonus episode of Wargame Wednesday. I'm not even going to give it a number. It's that awesome.
Yeah, because we don't even know what order this is going to be appearing in, but we're filming it anyway.
So, we actually have 3 buildings that are made out of the PDF printout that are on the Dropzone Commander website.
Yeah,
Wargame, them. He put up PDFs because this game is more terrain intensive than Infinity.
And that's saying something.
I mean, goddamn.
Well, the thing is, because none of the other previous games we played were in 10mm scale, we don't really have any N scale or 10mm scale buildings or terrain at all, as you can see by the scale of that tank on that piece of terrain compared to the building.
It's a war museum.
Right.
Shaped like a tank.
It's exactly what it is. So, so we're making do with the terrain for now. We're going to make a lot more of the paper terrain because it's actually really awesome. If you have a printer that can print cardstock, you can just print this stuff in color directly onto cardstock, cut it out, fold it together, and it works really well, actually. Like, it's not that flimsy either. Like, you look at this, you could easily place a couple of bases on top of here, no problem.
And it will hold.
Right? This is 110-pound cardstock, so it's like,
yeah,
I bought a whole packet of it for less than $20, 250 sheets.
So what we're basically going to do is this is just to like give you guys an idea of how the game plays, and I mean to give us an idea because we have no idea.
This is because we want to get the first video back on the entire internet.
We just want to hit YouTube like the fist of an angry god.
That's right.
And then after that, next week's Wargame Wednesday will also be another Dropzone Commander video. That'll have proper terrain, and like we'll both have gone over the rules, and we'll probably know a lot more of what we're doing. But I mean, this will give you guys.
If you guys want to get some idea of the scale of this game,
let's do that. Put a tank or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab.
That's right.
Grab something in 28mm scale for the sake of comparison. I'll just grab one of my Infinity models that's unpainted. Yeah, I know.
True scale.
Sorry.
True scale Infinity. That's what you get.
Right. So you see the difference in scale here.
They were so hard to paint, guys. No joke.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with the somewhat lackluster lighting, you can't actually really see the detail on this model, but actually it is dry brushed and almost fully painted.
I'm trying to find his hand. There it is. We're actually going to maybe take some DSLR pictures.
Right. I'm actually working on a painting guide, step by step, for my UCM models. For the non-infantry, because the infantry I'm painting last, because the thought of painting infantry that small makes me want to kill myself.
I agree with him. Anyway, so we're going to get set up to start the first turn. And then we're going to show you...
The setup's actually going to be pretty easy. We're just going to shove some terrain pieces around.
I'm not even going to bother.
And then we don't have to deploy anything because all of our models start in the dropships off the table.
And I love this game.
Okay, so of course, as is typical for every episode of G Gets Tabled,
I'm not even going to roll anymore.
I won the initiative, so I got to choose whether to go first or second. I elected to go first. I moved my battle group that contains 2 tank squadrons. One squadron of Sabermain battle tanks, which is this on the left. Incidentally, we're treating these things which are stupidly curled as if they're flat, because they're supposed to be flat. And the other are the Rapier anti-aircraft tanks.
Yeah, as you can see, there is one completely obstructed from view.
The move values, the move value for the drop ships, for my medium drop ships, which I think are called Condors, is 18 inches. Now, the embarking and disembarking rules say that you move up to half your move value, but these things that disembark can also move half their move value. So I moved these on 9 inches. Used the 3-inch disembark distance, and then moved these half their move value, which gave them an additional 2 inches, which actually means I accidentally put them too far forward and need to fix it. Because I accidentally moved them 4 instead of 2.
At least he admits it.
My bad.
Just so you can get an idea. So those would be put back 2 inches?
Yeah, they'd be put back 2 inches, in fact.
And you can see the table edge. So they actually do move fairly far on their incoming turn.
I'm just going to put this tape measure here, and this should actually be like... That's actually correct.
So as you can still see, they still do come on a fairly big distance. It's not like you come in on your deployment zone and you're stuck within 8 inches of the board edge.
Right.
So that's pretty good. Dropships.
Yeah, and what's nice is because they're allowed to make an embark and disembark move on the same turn. Next turn, if I wanted to, assuming my dropships are still alive, I could move my dropships 9 inches forward. On the way, pick them up, drop them off, and they can move forward the 3 inches disembark plus 2 inches for their half move again.
Right.
To get them further into the center of the board. I chose to do it this way though because in a perfect world I'd like them to actually be able to fire next turn. Because you cannot fire the turn you disembark.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to decide what I'm going to do after I do that.
Okay, so as usual in our every episode of G Gets Tabled, War Game Wednesday, I won the initiative roll to go first. So I decided to activate my armor battle group, which is composed of 2 squads, one of rapier anti-aircraft tanks, and one over here of saber main battle tanks. Sorry about the...
You can't see the third one, but he's there. He exists.
There. So I elected to move and deploy. So with these Condor dropships, their movement value is 18 inches. So since I intended to disembark from them, they move up to half their move value, in this case 9 inches. Then the vehicles that were being transported disembark within 3 inches of the center of the flight stand, and then they can also move half their move value, making a total of 5 inches past the center of the flight stand of the dropship. So I've done that with all of these, and I elected to save my my infantry battle group for last. Incidentally, we're also playing the first scenario that's in the book, which is called Target of Interest, I think. Target of Opportunity, or Targets of Opportunity. And in this scenario, it's basically you put down a bunch of terrain, including 3 buildings that are of the small or medium size, and each one of these 3 buildings has an objective in it. Now, when we get to the point of trying to take one, I'll start trying to explain the rules for taking objectives in this game, because they're actually involved. But it's important to note that N-scale buildings are very important for this game, because buildings are really, really central to the game's mechanics. There's very involved rules for garrisoning buildings with your infantry, for claiming objectives inside buildings, for firing from buildings, for trying to take... the only way you can take an occupied building from your opponent is with your own infantry storming the building, and that's when you get into close quarters battle. So it's a significant part of the game mechanics.
So you need to have the terrain to back that up.
Right.
Otherwise, you're using infinity terrain and it's not the same.
Right. Which we're making do for now. But
yeah, we just wanted to get this video out there to be the first on YouTube. But really, by Friday, for next week's War Game Wednesday, we'll have more paper terrain.
Right.
Because we're not rich and N-scale buildings are like $80 billion. Okay, so with my phase, battalion, what is it?
Your activation.
Right, my first battle group, that's what it's called. My first battle group came in off the table edge. I dropped 1 APC and then I left the other one in there. We don't have the tokens, but the other one is in there. There are 2. That's basically it. It's Lorenzo's go, and we'll film that.
Okay, so I went to do, and now I've activated my other battle group, which contains 2 bear APCs, each containing 3 squads of UCM Legionnaires, I think is what the regular troops are called.
Yeah, I think so.
And I moved it the full 18 inches. And actually, I checked with the landing template that actually it fits in front of this. So I just put it right there behind the building. And I can't disembark because I moved my full move. But next turn I put myself in a position to disembark, I think.
Okay, so my second battle group came in, and I deployed my, I don't remember what they're called. I deployed the Ares class anti-armor walker there with their Neptune dropship right behind them. And then the anti-aircraft ones are in that dropship over there. They did not deploy because the thing moved this like full speed. Okay, so now we're gonna, I guess we roll for turn 2?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll do that, and then we'll let you know who goes. So I moved up the Ares anti-armor walkers, and they shot at his anti-air tanks. Rapiers. And I shot one, and it blew up, and the other one was fine. And then I'm going to continue on with the battle. So I shot with those guys, you saw that. I moved their transport over there because I learned that my anti-tank missiles are not good at shooting tanks. So I don't know what the hell why they're called anti-tank missiles, but anyway, so my missiles that aren't good at cracking tanks and the dropship carrying them flew off into the distance, and then the other dropship moved there and deployed the anti-aircraft gun guys behind that building. That's the end of my battle group activation stage.
Okay, so I like to move this condor out of the way and land it because he's got AA units deployed on the other side of that building, and I moved up my Sabre main battle tanks up to this position so that hopefully I can get them in a useful position next turn. With my Rapier anti-aircraft tanks and their condor, I moved the Rapier tanks over here behind this thing, which we'll treat as a building for now, and I moved my condors landed behind there. So then now it's going to be G's activation, and
You can't really see them. Oh, now you can. There. That's where his tanks are.
Yeah.
Okay, just real quick, I moved up the deployed AFV behind the barricade that is 12 sizes too big, and then its dropship with the other AFV went that a ways.
so I activated my battle group with the infantry. I disembarked this Bear APC and disembarked my infantry into the building. And I also disembarked this Bear APC over here, but I didn't disembark their squad.
Because you can't.
Right.
Because of the rules.
Okay, so I moved my Bear APC on the right and put my squad of Legionnaires into the building. Then I rolled to find the objective with my other squad of Legionnaires in this building. I found the objective, then I immediately re-embarked them into their vehicle, which I then flew over my dropship to pick up and flew back across. So their transport with them inside is in this aerial transport right now. And I positioned it like over here because
So
his
there's no
AA
way.
units are over there.
Yep.
So and non-AA guns can't shoot at flyers. So
Obviously.
that,
Alright, so with my activation, I moved up my Juno APC, deployed my guys in the building, and now we're actually going to show you how close combat works at the start of next turn, right?
close quarters battle.
Close quarters.
It's not
battle.
close combat.
Wait, it isn't
This
close
is the
combat.
future. People use
Yeah.
guns.
Well,
They don't run up.
there's
and
no
touch with
chainswords.
their swords.
it's more like throw your sword. What are you, Xena? Fucking the shock room? This is Xena. Anyway, and then the dropship of the other Juno was that one right there. I'll zoom in so you guys know what I'm talking about. That guy. Not the other one. And that's it. So Lorenzo's going to go with his like tanks and stuff, and then I'll go with my last battle.
Okay, so I moved this dropship in such a way as to pick up my Sabre main battle tanks, and then moved it over here so that it would be out of line of sight if his anti-air units turned the corner to try and fire. I then used this dropship to pick up the Rapier anti-air tanks and moved it to this location where the Rapiers remain embarked for the moment. Because, wait, no, they can disembark from there, so they're going to.
Can they?
Yeah, so I'm just disembarking them there.
Perfect. Okay, I moved the empty dropship over there a little bit closer. The other dropship and the anti-air guys aren't doing anything, they're going to stay right where they are. And I moved my walkers up a little bit, but you can barely see that. And that's the pizza, so we're going to leave it here and come back next turn. Anyway, so we did the close combat. As you saw, there was like all those guys on top. Lorenzo lost a squad and 2 guys, and I lost two guys left out of my 10 guys that went in. And so now they're in that transport there, and Lorenzo's guys are in the building with their objective, and they're going to get out, they're going to get in their transport, and the game's going to be over.
So we, as G mentioned, we fought the close quarters battle, and I managed to force him out of the building. I took my Condor transport with the other Bear APC with the other Legionnaire squad, moved it into position, disembarked the Legionnaire squad into the building. So I've got them both in the building right now, and now it's G's turn to activate a
To do nothing.
Okay, so I activated my second battle group. I didn't do anything with them because I like the position they're in. I moved this transport over here and disembarked my tanks and then shot at them even though I wasn't supposed to because they disembarked this turn. My bad. And
Well, I didn't do anything, so
right.
profit.
So let me fix this because I totally forgot that I'm not supposed to shoot on the turn I disembark. So I should have deployed them like there so they could shoot next turn, presuming there is one. Okay, I'm done with my battle group. You used both yours already?
No.
No, okay.
Yep. Okay, so my walker shot his tanks, did nothing. My dropship shot his other tank, his barrier PC did nothing. That's basically the way the game's going. Okay, Lorenzo, preach.
Okay, so I won the roll to go first again because I activated my infantry battle group. I succeeded in rolling to find the objective. Immediately disembarked both my squads into their APCs, which then embark into the Condor, and it flies off the table, giving me 4 victory points and the win. So that was our first game of Dropzone Commander, and overall, I have to say I actually really liked the game, but it's clear that we do not have the right type of terrain for it.
Alright, I think we're good, and we'll give you a real battle report on Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Well, whenever you watch this video.